what I said is I sense an onset of malaria.
How do you know?
And the symptoms I've always had previously is I feel tired.
Okay.
Then I wake up better than my normal time.
Okay.
I feel headache. And then
no. But you should have
got my first diagnosis from radio doctor today.
Okay.
I didn't feel so alive when I woke up this morning.
Some days are like that actually.
No. If I know there are some days like that, but I know this is more of a
on the tone, something not feeling well,
not a feverish feeling, but I don't feel temperature and I don't feel cold. But I just feel this.
Just see a doctor,
weakness.
please.
Yeah, that's it.
Just see a doctor, because Nigerians first time when you feel any certain way, I have malaria.
No, I'm not like that.
I don't know who does
I'm not like that, but I know I have 2 malarial symptoms. Most times if it's coming up,
feel this way, you just know it.
Sometimes I may not even feel. I just feel slight sores on the roof of my mouth,
and you know that it's kicking in. But see a doctor.
Definitely.
All right, you're welcome on the news on Women Radio 91.7. And yes, we have some stories we'll be looking at today. We'll be taking them with our 2 analysts who will be joined in very soon by Nkechi Emmanuel Layode Sejinel and Adeyemi Adeolu will be joining us later on. Let's go over the headlines, and this one on the Punch. I'm starting off with the Punch newspapers. Kogi residents escaped death as petrol tanker got fire. How EFCC officials allegedly tortured Lagos club goers, forced out naked couple. I've seen the story and I'm just wondering what exactly is going on. Club shooting, IG condemns Burna Boy's police escort, others probe. APC may unveil Tinubu's running mate on Wednesday. Party focuses on Northeast. Women and children flee as herdsmen kill 11 Benue youths. 3 killed, houses destroyed in Katsina rainstorm. Over to the Guardian newspapers.
And on the Guardian, Kaduna Abuja train attack. 11 abducted victims regain freedom. Why Atiku Tinubu's power targets may remain elusive. Government condemns abduction of 74-year-old Abia surgeon. Abiodun reverses death sentence on 6 convicts, frees 40 inmates. Lagos PVC clash. Igbo not under attack. Ohaneze. Desperate politician threatening 2023 elections, says CDD. And over to the Vanguard.
On the Vanguard newspapers, do not fly Muslim to Muslim tickets, can want APC, PDP and others. APC, PDP have been Nigeria's problem, says Adebayo SDP candidate. Democracy Day, Osun Civil Society's coalition seeks security, free and fair elections. Jettison sentiment that threaten our unity, Oyetola tells residents. Owo massacre, low turnout in Owo churches. Poor people, they fear for their lives. No PVC, no church, priests sent congregants without PVC back home. Over to this day newspapers.
And on this day, Owo killings. Southwest governors meet and declared a 3-day mourning. Universal Basic Education Act. 5 years grace for 50% state counterpart funding, not XYZ. UK University appoints Ekwe Remadu visiting professor. Bandits abduct 30 passengers along Sokoto Gwasu Road. Lagos club shooting. Police personnel arrested. Over to the Nation.
On the Nation newspapers, 2023 election, we will mobilize farmers for credible candidates. Supreme Court Justice deplore more poor service conditions. Anambra Assembly passes 40 bills in 3 years. Nigerian political parties lack ideology. Southwest governors draw battle line against terrorists. States to share World Bank's $750 million facility. Over to the Daily Trust newspapers.
And on Daily Trust, Democracy Day, Nigerians seek more dividends. Terrorists killed 55 ironmongers in Borno in 3 weeks, says the police. Please invite Burna Boy, arrests 5 escorts over shooting at nightclub. You are not my child's dad, police woman tells ex-husband. Terrorist kills 55 ironmongers in Borno in 3 weeks. And over to the pen pushing.
And finally, on the pen pushing newspapers, I would hand over to a responsible successor, says Buhari. And yes, these are the headlines today, Monday, 13th June 2022. Yes, so Democracy Day yesterday, so many messages here and there. Do not let the labor of our heroes past go in vain. Let us all do something in our different space, in our different corners to ensure that, yes, we are upholding democracy. And I saw this particular comment somewhere. Somebody was saying that, are we really enjoying the dividends of democracy? And so as our analyst, our first analyst will be joining us. Good morning, Sidney. How are you doing?
Good morning, Esther. Everybody in the studio and our newspaper review family. I'm doing well.
All right.
Good morning.
It's a beautiful, bright Monday.
And it's a holiday too, and you're home.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, I was going to ask a question. So I'm going to be starting off with you. Are we really enjoying the dividends of democracy?
I mean, it is, the question can be answered in different ways.
Okay.
So I cannot say no entirely.
Okay.
I mean, everybody's entitled to their
Opinion.
But what we are not enjoying is especially the corruption and the personality of the people that come into power. So the rule is laid out of what is supposed to look like in a democratic nation. And some of those things are the things that are guiding us in Nigeria. You will have, for example, the free and fair speech, all of those things. That are allowed to, or are supposed to be allowed, maybe sometimes they're not allowed, many times they're allowed. And we have, we're not color in that country. Anyways, we are not like some countries that you know that pulling out these things are not allowed, they don't tolerate it, whatever. No, that doesn't happen in Nigeria. However, how it is allowed usually depends on who is in power. That's what I mean by personality. When I say personality, who is the person in power? Oh, if this person doesn't like it, if this person is a quiet person, if this person is the person that responds or doesn't respond to people, if this person is the person that gives speech or doesn't give speech. So you have personality of people, and then also, well, then there's the corruption side, the corruption part of it, distracting and disrupting what is a who democracy is supposed to look like. And until you have somebody who comes in with a full vision of not just even democracy, because democracy is supposed to guide the underlying vision to everything collaborate and to make it a great nation. So you have to really come in that to implement and some funds to implement. People will not be able to say, hey, yeah, enjoy it fully. But apart from the challenge that we are going through, which unfortunately we cannot really tax it. Even if we want to call good things going on in Nigeria, when you remember, oh, this happened, the families are kidnapped. Hardly does anybody want to come and be singing praises when you have people crying in their homes because their families have been kidnapped. So apart from that, we know we're minimizing it, I'm saying, but apart from all of the challenges that we're going through, especially insecurity, fairly well, and some other things, I'm sure many people will have a long list, that's okay. And other things here and there, is not, I do not see how Nigeria generally is not, we're not in bondage, or we're not, I don't see any way that we are being limited at this particular time from enjoying our democracy. But of course, all of those things that are listed are some challenges that we are going through at the moment that is making the lines blurred of, okay, are we really enjoying it or are we really not enjoying it? And it's because of these things that I've shared.
All right. Thank you so much, Sidney, for that. Yes, just like you mentioned, people would have different opinions about it. Yes. What do you think?
I was reading one of the newspapers this morning, and I saw a portion where the VP wrote that we've really done a lot to bring Nigeria to this point of democracy. So I don't want to say we're enjoying the dividends of democracy, because one of the evidence of democracy, a democratic system, for example, is say freedom of speech, for example. And While you hear people say things that they are not comfortable with, somehow I feel some part of the government have translated it into hate speeches.
Okay.
So we should not attack whatever we stand for. So if we say freedom of speech, let people freely say what they have to say.
Okay, you see
And
this
then
point
don't
you raised.
create another thing to attack. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so
what they are trying to say.
So Stacey, I'm going to take it from this point where Adenike mentioned that if we have freedom of speech, let people say what they want to say. In as much as, yes, let people say what they want to say. But you know that one person's comment or one person's speech can incite some other people.
Yes, I agree with you. And most times when you come up, if you notice when this whole idea of hate speech came up, it was more people saying, "Oh, this is what the government didn't do well."
Not necessarily
It was
attacking
not
a
an
person
attack,
or
no,
anything.
It was not. And then it was converted to, hate speeches, and if you say this, you're liable to this, in a subtle way. So I feel that shouldn't be. If we are in a democratic system, I can freely say, I don't feel secured.
Okay.
And you don't have to attack me because I'm saying so.
All right. All right. Thank you, Adenike, for that. You can send us a text. Yes, Ma'am Sijin, I'm coming to that. What do you think about this comment here? What do you think? Are we really enjoying the dividends of democracy? I would like to hear from you. Send us a text or a WhatsApp message on 070 317 56537. 070 317 56537. Text and WhatsApp messages only. All right, Sijin.
All right. Yes. Absolutely. So, just like I think I already pretty much explained some of the things from the roots, personality, all that will come into play with different presidents or different governments, even the people, even if the person is loved the most by people. However, this one now, apart from democracy, talking about freedom of speech versus hate speech, I think that they need the pictures. I think that some people need the pictures. Let me not assume, and I think that there can be a thin line. The hate speech, other hate speech, I also add fake news because many people also are doing a lot of that on social media. So I think freedom of speech is quite clear. I don't think there should be any confusion, and if there is not a guideline of what freedom of speech looks like versus hate speech looks like, I think the features, then we can guide people better. But freedom of speech is speaking up for what you're speaking up for, and saying this is not right, this is not right, all of these things, for instance, and then the whole fake news is when people now start circulating things that are not right. In fact, even in the Owo, what happened in Owo, some people started circulating a fake video, for instance. These are some of the challenges, and this is why one time the whole regulation or social media came up one time as a discussion. Because we are saying something serious. Somebody brought me to the news video or something about many years ago. It was not funny. I was sort of people reported and blocked that account or whatever you need to do to get it off. Because that's not nice. We are trying to solve a matter. You are busy trying to trend, bringing something else right. So there's no way in this world that we're not going to get to that part where there will be some sort of regulation, because human beings to be human beings are not even exclusive to Nigeria. But yeah, there should be a thin line. And as per hate speech, it's not a Nigerian thing, it's even a global thing. There are certain things you can't even we are talking about Twitter, but YouTube, Instagram, there are certain things you can't see. Like you can't just see your account will be restricted. Your account be saying some of the things on radio here. You can't use some words, you can't use some, even making a little bit, passionate to that. You can't say something. You say it, you'll be restricted, you'll be reported. I mean, even if you're so passionate and you have the purest of intention. So that kind of guiding line is the kind of guideline that we should have used for our nation. And I think that's what the app, I'm not sure if that's restriction or what is not restricted. Maybe it's not restricted, that's why a lot of trauma goes on there. But then we should now use our initiatives to make the difference between I can come on newspaper the review and condemn and discuss and critique what the government says without turning it into a hate speech. So if something is not hate speech and is being called hate speech, of course it can be called that. But I also know my people who are also living in this Nigeria. It's not like I'm outside of Nigeria. They can also go overboard with some things, and that is why I like. I'm sure you come to that. Let me just start the close up. I like what people do now. Don't talk to me if you don't have your PVC. Don't visit me. Don't come to church. Don't come and be talking on Twitter for money tonight and you don't even have a single PVC. No, don't do that. And I'm also going to just like, don't talk to me. Don't do if you don't have your PVC. Because we talk a lot in this because we can't talk for money tonight. People do on Twitter. Simple PVC. Look how many people have come back yesterday at church. So, but these people are there talking on Twitter. You don't have your next question.
All right, thank you very much for that, Sage Del. Yes, the later part of your statement actually made me laugh because I saw some of those videos and I was just wondering, do we really need this? But we'll come to that, like you said.
I think we need it.
We'll come to that. All right, it is 30 minutes to 8 on Women Radio WFM 91.7, and this is the newspaper review. The newspaper review is where we get to review the dailies across different Nigerian newspapers, and we get to analyze them. And our first analyst for the morning is Nkechi Emmanuel Layode Sejinel, and Sejinel has been taking us through what she thinks about we enjoying the dividends of democracy as a society. Yes, the text line and WhatsApp line are open. You can send us your message. What do you think about these headlines that we've been taking? Send it on 070-317-56537. 070-317-56537. All right, Sejinel. So since you mentioned this one, I'm going to be taking this one on the Vanguard newspapers. And this one says, no PVC, no church. Priest sends congregants without PVC back home. A video has gone viral that's showing a priest telling members without PVCs to go back home. And this particular video has gotten so many reactions. So some people on one hand are of the opinion that yes, this is the kind of measures that we need at this time because people will just only talk and not do anything. At the end of the day, they don't have their PVCs. They will not come out to vote. And some other people on the other side are like, no. This is the kind of this are like the issues we are speaking against. We don't want to have leaders who will tell you either you do this or not. So this cannot start from the church. And if you look at both sides of the argument, both sides are actually valid because you don't want to have a leader or somebody you cannot talk to. Somebody who will tell you either you do this or you do this or you go home. So there are two sides to it. Sejinel, what side are you on?
Thank you so much, Esther. So let me start with the fact that at least that day I was able to listen to Adeyemi speak, and what he said was right. So let me start with the overarching view of what's supposed to look like.
Okay.
Typically, generally speaking, people are supposed to be able to be getting PVC every time of the year, possibly. Now, I would have to now personally find out why Nigeria does their own this way. It's election, everybody's running, and we need to find out what's going on. Because typically, even after election, because we are doing lots of people. So this one that, we are all lining up with election time, even when election is not good, that's why it's PVC. The permanent voters card. Let's keep getting it. Let's not wait till 6 months or 3 months. But that aside now, but please talk about that and make it a good point of view. Now, coming to this, I take the 2 points of view. This characteristics of the thinking you should do is to acknowledge everybody's view. And the point that I'm going for is the one of don't get your PVC. You have to do things. You're not getting your PVC. Please, let's go back. This is why I'm starting on that point of view. And I know that people who are passionately opposing can just speak up. I do not think number one is in any way bondage. This is what I think it is.
Okay.
I think it is taking responsibility. You're not going, this priest, for instance, taking point, he's not going to the street, he's not going to, I don't even know the location it happened, but he's not going to another denomination to say, I don't talk to him, whatever, he's not doing that. He's not going to the village. He's going to the space where he has what I would call influence. Yes, where he has influence his people. That's where he is, and that's where he's making the act, and he's telling them that this is not right. When you go on to read the story for this, so that they get assumed, but even watch the video, they won't read the story. You see that this man trying to say, we can't have a nation full of Christians.
Nobody saying anything.
Nothing is exactly. people should also take into consideration that was what won it for me. That was the intention. Intention is everything for me. Now, how you carry it out is different. The way you carry it out is different. But that intention of no PVC, no church. No, you know that Nigerians also have that kind of attitude too. The average Nigerian, if you don't do it like that for them, many people will, I'm telling you, Esther, you're okay. The time we were discussing one time at the last election, the people that voted were very low compared to the noise. Very, very low. So what it is now is that people are really frustrated. We are here on the newspaper review every morning now. People are really frustrated. Nobody is ready to allow, to sit with their neighbor and be hearing blah, blah, blah. But they're not interested. Go and do something about it. Nobody is ready to listen to your discussion. Method. Because if the priest or the pastor or whoever, your imam doesn't use this method, many people are going to feel so comfortable. And now, let me tell you why he had to take that measure. The stuff is closing. They are happy to say, oh, we do a bit of obsession here, but the stuff is closing. So the question is, why would I have full congregation in my church and they cannot even actively participate in the destiny of this country? So that is, it was no, even we are taking it as a cue for people that are privileged to meet. We have to start, everything about the government coming to shout. You as a leader, if you spend people, wherever it is, well, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, let us go and get our PhD. Now you take the oh yeah, let's go. Let this time we do this, what we do this. Okay, you have to work. Okay, how about we do it on Saturday? These are the ways we have to go about it. Everybody needs to influence their spectrum. And we have to do it any way possible because it's almost closing. Yes, we were extended. You don't know the extended for 3 years. It's still going to almost close. So I totally agree with it. And what I want to add, I think that everybody should so not be how it doesn't mean everybody not be going out. It doesn't be how it doesn't have to be that way. But there should be some sort of adoption. Maybe you won't participate in something that you'll be allowed until you get people or something. But like there should be some sort of measures to allow people to say, hey, we are serious about this. And finally, we are not going to have this spiritual institution that is full of Christians that are not only full of complainers. We don't want. We want people who can put their vote, put their voice, so making something like in Nigeria. So I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
All right. Send us your thoughts on that on 07031756537. What do you think? Did the priest do right by asking people, you have to come to church, you have to come to mass with your PVC? Yes, I've seen some comments on social media. Some people say things like, I've told my employees they have to come to work with their PVCs. Before you get this and that, you have to see that. But let's not forget that at the end of the day, yes, you said intention matters. But when you get to the table of some people, they become high-handed with it. And I'm saying this from a place of, we know the society that we live in. Some people will start doing extra ITKs. You know what I'm talking about. Adenike, do you agree with it?
I completely agree with her.
You do?
This PVC thing is a civic responsibility to the nation. And I completely applaud the priest that is saying this, because that is his sphere of influence, like Sejinel said. And it's just about influencing one person at a time. If I can influence you, Esther, okay, get your PVC, and you influence somebody else. So there's a spiral effect of these things, and then everybody does PVC. In my own church, for example, there's now an official team
to do that for people.
Church. Okay. Yes, just like you have ushering, you have choir, there's now one.
Oh, really?
Like that. Just to encourage people. When I did my electronic one, it was there. I did it in church. And so they put you through the process, register you, and then choose the place you want to go and do your biometrics and everything.
Okay.
People, I really I'm impressed about the way people are going about it this time. The awareness has never been this massive since I've known this whole issue of election and all. The awareness has never been this massive, and I want to applaud every individual, every pastor, every imam, group, or
just everybody,
everyone, doing something to encourage someone, even if it's one person. So I agree with the
you agree?
Yes.
Okay. Sejinel.
Yes, and I want to say something else. I like the way I've
but I like the way Adenike said
Even
person can change a lot. I say even if it's one, you don't need a map, not. Even if it's one person that you can influence, it's a lot. But let's stop doing this. Or our vote doesn't count. Whatever that many people go carry around. These are some of the narratives that make people in church sit down, and so you will not be allowed to go to church. Some people say, "Stay at home, stay at home." But let me hear you complain near me after the election. I just wanted to add to that.
Sydney said, "Let me hear you complain near me after the election." Well, true. You know, people just want to talk and complain about things that are not working, but what are you actually doing to ensure that it works? That's another conversation we should be having. All right, thank you so much, Sydney, for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Esther, Denike, and our amazing listeners.
Yes, thank you. All right, and that was Nkechi Emmanuel Signal, and very soon we'll be joining by Adeyemi Adeolu. So Adenike, so you're saying that yes, if you don't have your PVC, you will not be allowed into certain.
In fact, I'll stop talking to you now if I realize you don't have PVC.
Really, but we really need to just be careful with these things.
That was an extreme. But
no, I know.
My way of encouraging people is I tell people, have you gotten your PVC? If they say no, yes, I say you better get it, because whoever I'm waiting for is the person that will win. So join me and let's.
But all the same, Nigerians need to just come out, and I actually like the turnout of how people are interested in coming out to. People who have never voted before, people who have never had like they are so interested in it. I don't know if it's the social media outrage, but I don't know if it's maybe the state of the nation, the way everything is currently, that is driving them.
I think it's more of the state of the nation.
You think so?
I think so. And though we don't have a valid data right now to say, oh, this is the percent of people doing it for the purpose of ID card. This is the percent of people doing it for the purpose of the state of the nation. But I feel more because Nigerians are tired and they want more. They want more for being a Nigerian, not just the ID card or the international passport.
All right. So we're being joined now by Adeyemi Adeolu. Good morning, Adeyemi.
Good morning, Esther.
Yes. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good.
Yes, I'm doing great. How is the holiday going for you?
Now, normally,
the same way.
I've been on the road this morning.
Ah, okay. So it's just like your every other normal day.
Well, we don't have a particular period.
Okay.
It's the nature of the job.
It's the nature of the job. All right. Keep your text and WhatsApp messages coming in on 070-317-56537. 070-317-56537. Yes, Adeyemi. So we're going over this one on the Vanguard newspapers of no PVC, no church. And there's this video saying where a priest was telling members of the church that without their PVCs, they would not be allowed into church. No mass, no PVCs and things like that. What do you think about that?
Well, thank you, Esther. No PVC, no church entry. It's just a way of trying to persuade people, to make sure that all have their PVC because of the forthcoming election. As a matter of fact, to me and to the law, I don't think that's a criteria, to stop anybody from coming to church or attending just service. But it's just a way to encourage people to make them understand that this responsibility comes to it, and the only way they can do that is by having the staff.
Okay.
The reason for that, and and you saw that other people also stated it out. They said that some of the countries without having PVC as well. It's just a way of making people to understand the need, the importance of PVC. Since we all are clamoring for a new Nigeria,
okay,
and the new Nigeria can only emerge when we all know how to do the feel will run the country and make it better are more applicable, then CMP should become, fast. So I think that's the reason why we face this. I know that will continue to stop the way of taking people to know that we have a responsibility, and that will be
Since everybody is on the same side this morning, but all the same, yes, as Nigerians, we have to be forced. We don't need to get to that point where we are saying if you don't do this, you won't get this and that. You know what is right. So do right by your own self, do right by your conscience, because if you just sit and just want to complain, at the end of the day, you will finish complaining, the elections will come and go, and you've not still been able to do anything. Yes, this one, our massacre, low turnout in our churches on the Vanguard newspapers. Many were following the La Francis Catholic Church, and this is very, very sad, Adeyemi. Yes, people fear for their lives for something that happened in a church, and people are just wondering, what if they come back again and they say not to turn up at church?
You see, what the believers, I will say the Christians, don't understand is that the fact that that which happened